it's another busy one tonight. It's the FA Cup, it's the 4th round. And not that far from Wembley if you think about it. City have already beaten Chelsea, if they beat Arsenal tonight, then that's another one of the big guns gone. And of course there is the connection to the Premier League title race and the fact that City have still got to play Arsenal home and away. So you do wonder about the psychology of this game. Do the winners get a big advantage? Well, the two managers feel slightly weaker teams. It'd be fascinating to see how this pans out, but I'm a big admirer of what Arteta's doing at Arsenal, and clearly, as you can tell, there are a lot of people selling tickets and buying tickets as well. If you overheard the man just near me there, so a big game in demand. It's going to be a sellout. Let's see what the mood is ahead of this one.
Well, obviously a lot of will depend on what team we put out, and both managers put out. I fancy us at home. I fancy us. I think we'll be up for it. I think it's been a funny season with the World Cup and form being a bit off. I just think we'll do it. I fancy us. Yeah, I think we want to put a marker on them. There's a few signs against Spurs and Wolves that we were getting a bit back on form after the World Cup, so I'm going for 2-0 City, yeah.
I can understand you saying about putting a marker on, but because it's City against Arsenal in the title race, or it appears to be that way,
yeah.
You don't think both managers, both teams, both clubs are going to play it a bit cagey, not want to show the full hand tonight?
You could say that. My opinion would be Cajun League, just go for it. We're at home, put your best team out, beat them, simple as that. That's the best marker. Beat them, whether they put an A team or a B team out, beat them. And it's the FA Cup. We've not won the FA Cup for about 10 years or whatever it is. We're due an FA Cup. If we're not going to win the league, we're out the League Cup. Champions League's a lottery. We won't win the FA Cup. We want one trophy every season. You don't mess about. You're at home, you beat them, and then you go and beat them again twice, so you get 4 points off them and you try and win the league. You go out all the time. And Pep, to be fair, has always played pretty strong teams, hasn't he, in cups. It's frustrating the last few years when he's played these strange goalkeepers in the semis. We're due an FA Cup and we want to win the FA Cup, so go for it tonight. The atmosphere should be good. They're bringing a big following. I think we'll do it. We beat Spurs 4 goals in the second half. Arsenal are playing well. It'd be great to see how good they are, but take them on. Shouldn't be scared of Jesus and Zinchenko. Great players they are. We've got great players too, and I think we'll do it. I hope we do. I think we will.
Tough game. Great to see Mikel Arteta back, but unfortunately he's going to go home disappointed. Hopefully I can see us winning by a couple of goals, and let's get our way to the next round of the Cup.
You obviously work for the club, so have you had any dealings with Mikel Arteta?
I haven't, unfortunately, no, but from everything I've heard, he's a great guy, and who knows, maybe we might see him back here in a long term.
You know, when you were a goalkeeper playing for this fine club and you were coming into the team, did you get mentored like Pep's mentored Arteta, and how does that affect you?
You do, but it was a different type of game. I mean, my old mentor was a chap called Steve Fleet, who was understudy to the great Bert Trauma for many years. But the game's moved on now. It's very different today, and unfortunately, we have the pick of world-class players from all around the world, which wasn't quite the case yesteryear.
Sounds like you've got a good feeling about tonight.
Oh, I do. Great. I always got a great feeling when City are at home because they're one of the best clubs in the world now.
Should be a good game. Interested to see what the teams are going to be, but it's one of those where I'm hearing both sets of fans not really put too much pressure on it, saying it doesn't really matter, but then as soon as the whistle goes, we always know it matters. And I think whoever plays well today can take something positive from it. But I think it's a tie that probably the nation have been looking to see, because everyone's been talking about how well Arsenal have been doing, but they haven't faced Man City yet. So this is maybe even the final test for Arsenal in this first half of the season. So we'll see how they get on.
So it's a psychological game that they'll play, the two coaches, isn't it?
I don't know, I think they would have had a team in mind for the 4th round of the FA Cup. And I think that goes regardless of opposition. So I think that's going to be the case for Arsenal, probably going to be the case for City. And I could be very, very wrong here. And if I'm wrong, it's one of many things and one of many times where I've been wrong. But I think they have an idea of the 4th round, and they trust the players, whoever goes on the field, to be able to perform to how they want them to, and believe that the team is good enough to go and win the game. So whether we see all the familiar faces or whether we see some changes, you're going to see a particular style from both sides.
It's a big game. I don't need to tell you that. I'd like to think we'll come out on top. Don't know what the calibre of Arsenal is yet. They haven't played us, and we're the barometer to go off. So if they beat us, maybe it'll make City think again. Maybe we'll have to dip into the transfer market. We've still got time, haven't we? We need a left back.
You think it's that significant tonight, not just an FA Cup tie?
Yeah, I do. I think it's got portent for what's to follow. If they beat us here tonight, they're going to be confident. They know they can come to our place and get a result. If we turn them over 2-3-0, they might fall flat on the faces. Just don't know. That's what I think.
I'm thinking we're putting out a strong team, so we should do okay. And what I'm really hoping for is that we can absolutely stuff them, simply because it'll put doubts in their mind about the league games.
So you buy into the big psychological advantage for the winners?
I think more if we win. I don't think it matters so much if they win, because they've got 5 points ahead and the game in hand. So, they'd settle for 2 draws in the when we play them in the league. But I think if we actually hammer them tonight, irrespective of how strong their team is, then they'll start having doubts.
So what's in this time's edition?
Well, we've got World Cup winner Alvarado, he's in there. We've got a section on Rico Lewis and all the usual stuff. It's fun to read. It's cheap. It's cheaper than the programme and more fun than the programme. That's what I always say.
And it's proper down to earth. It's fan stuff, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Written by the fans for the fans.
Well, we've put a strong side out, so we're taking it seriously. So it's more than just an FA Cup game, in my view. It's put a marker down. Either they do or we do. Let's see how it goes.
Does that mean if City don't win today that you'll be worried?
I'm already worried because Arsenal are really good. But there's nothing wrong with that. Liverpool were really good and we won the league against them. So let's see how it goes. I'd love to beat these tonight, but we'll see how it goes.
What are you thinking tonight?
Same again. I'm just, I think I want it to be an open game, but it could be tight. It could be tight.
I think it's a big game, not so much for tonight. I think it's a big game for the league. I think we need to win tonight just to put a marker down, so when we play them in the league, they're a little bit on the back foot. So for tonight, I'm going a bit bold with 3-1.
So this is more than just an FA Cup tie?
It is in a way. I mean, bizarrely, I'd rather win the league than the FA Cup, but I'd want to win tonight to help us win the league, if that makes sense. So I'm looking forward to a good game. And let's hope City win.
If it goes wrong tonight, then does it work the other way?
Well,
does that
could
give them a big advantage?
It could potentially, but let's take each one as they come, as the manager would say. Let's do the best we can tonight, and hopefully get 6 points off them in the league. That'd be utopia, wouldn't it?
As the face of Arsenal Fan TV, then what are you expecting tonight, Robbie?
Well, you've gone strong. I've seen your team, man. It's very strong. We made a few changes. But I still think we're going to give you a good game. I still think, we're playing with a lot of confidence. So, you've gone strong though, man. I was saying 2-1 before, but
what's the mood these days at Arsenal? With
the mood's
fantastic.
The mood's fantastic. We're playing well. Thank you very much for Zinchenko, Jesus, Arteta. Thank you. We're playing really good stuff at the moment, and the team's playing with a lot of confidence, and the mood is great. I think there's a lot of fans believing that this year we can win the league, but obviously we've got to get past you guys. You've been there, you've done it before, so it's going to be difficult, but the mood's good.
Do you think they can win the league this year?
I do. I've been watching Arsenal since pre-season. I was over there in America, and even then I was like, we look really good. I wasn't thinking about winning the league, but I was thinking to myself, we're going to have a good season. And the way we've been playing all season has been brilliant. It's not a fluke that we are where we are. So I think if we can make a couple of additions in the January transfer window, which we've made a couple of good ones already, I think definitely we've got a chance.
Good luck.
Good luck to you guys.
Worried for Man City. I thought they misfired a few times, some really straight passes, and things not working out. Arsenal being tigerish, better team, had a couple more chances. It's not disastrous or anything like that, but I just think they need to step up a little bit and take charge of the game. Arsenal the brighter, and if there is a team that looks like scoring, I think it's Arsenal.
It must be a weird one for you, watching the two clubs that you played so long for.
Well, so long ago as well. I was a young kid at Arsenal, and it was a wonderful experience, but I always think of Man City as the place where I became a proper footballer, and to come and see the place now the way it is, and even the state of the pitch compared to what we used to have, all stuff like that, the atmosphere here in the stadium, it's just colossal where the club has come to, and it's always a thrill to come along, and lots of people very nice to me, still a few remember that I was around, scored a few goals, and great to be here and be a part of it.
performance in the first half was very slow, methodical, and we didn't pick it up.
So what happened in the second half?
Much of the same until Alvarez came on, and then he created some atmosphere in the team and some motion forward. And then he had that shot at the post, and then the rest of the team rallied round him. He needs to be playing more.
Big statement though by City winning that, isn't it?
Sorry?
Big statement by City winning that game.
Yes. We need to carry on doing that. No more Southampton performances.
First half, I've got to say, the first team come to our place, and to be fair, they've done it again first half, but second half, we stepped up. We stepped up and they control the game. A great result. Come on, City next round. Who are Arsenal? Who are they?
Superb. 1-0 to the Arsenal, not City.
On the Blues, come on.
It was a brilliant game of football. I thought it was nip and tuck both ways. Good luck, Arsenal. You did well, but it was master and apprentice tonight, and I think we outclassed them. But please get that ball to Haaland. Please, please, please. He was waiting all the time, but we did well. Great result.
Do you think that actually makes... a lot of people before the game said that the result of tonight's match would be highly significant in the title race. Do you think that?
Definitely, because we've laid a marker down, haven't we? We've played a very good team tonight. We've got another, they've got them in about a fortnight's time. But, you know, watch United, Newcastle, watch that. It is significant. We're coming back, City are back.
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a really good game. A bit apprehensive at first because obviously you're playing a really good Arsenal team here. But it was, first half I thought we were a little bit, giving them a bit too much respect. But then after that, the second half they played brilliant. And yeah, like the guy just said then, we put a marker down. They were a good Arsenal team. They played really well. I was worried. But I don't think there's anything to worry about with the league. 5 points. Nothing in it.
So that game at the Emirates in a couple of weeks?
I think it'll be a City win, but a narrow City win. I don't think it'll be anything. In fact, I don't think it'll be a big win. I think it'll be a 1-0. We're not losing. We can't lose. We've got to chase them down.
Next round of this cup, can't get another big team. It's got to be somebody a little bit lower down the ranks, hasn't it?
I'll just take anybody in. As long as my heart can say, okay, we'll have a nice home game with anybody. We can take on the world. We're Manchester City.
I thought it was a very close game. We were the better team in the first half. I think second half City stepped it up, and it was settled on a really good goal by Akanji. But there's nothing in it. I think you can see there's nothing in it for the two teams. I'm looking forward to when you guys come down to our place on the 15th. That's going to be a close game. I fancy us. I really do. You know what I mean? There's nothing in it now. You know what I mean? Last overseas when we come here, was it 5-0? Those days are over, man. We're back. We're coming for City.
We'd like to have smashed them a bit more than that and put them in their place, but 1-0 still knocks them out of the FA Cup, and they won the FA Cup more than anyone else, so that sticks it to them. So I'm quite pleased.
Does that send the message out that everybody was talking about beforehand?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first half not too good. Second half we really went at them, took it to them. It was brilliant. Even seeing De Bruyne come off, and we were still at them. So yeah, good result, and hopefully we can go and beat them twice in the league and win the league.
And now it's all calm after the storm. Another City victory in the FA Cup. So Chelsea and Liverpool were dispatched in the League Cup. Chelsea and Arsenal have been dispatched now in the FA Cup. Surely this FA Cup run is going to go a lot further now. Surely in the next round, City are not going to be drawing another one of the big guns. But even if they do, they've proven that they can beat anybody really in these cup competitions this year. What message though do we take from this in terms of City's Premier League challenge against Arsenal? It was very, very close. Great goal by Nathan Ake, good build-up play by Jack Grealish, but we've got to say that it was a tight game, so not sure what I'll read into it for that game in the Premier League at the Emirates in the non-too-distant future. Thanks very much to Eamar Development, to Timpson and RRG Group for their support, of course. Gary Owen is on my latest podcast, which will be recorded on Saturday morning, the day after this particular game. And next up is Villa. Sorry, it's Tottenham, isn't it, next? Villa's next home game. So Tottenham, which is 7-8 days away now. So I'll be there, of course. And thanks very much for watching. City through to the 5th round of the FA Cup, meaning it's great to be a Blue.